Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Vanessa, and in today's tutorial we are going to be making this chunky leather yarn clutch bag. This is a hand knit bag and it's got a bit of crochet in it as well, so you should know how to do those. This is part one of a two-part series on how to make this bag, and in this part we're going to be learning how to make the body of this bag. And now you have to watch this entire tutorial to the end to understand. And yeah, this is a very nice and stylish bag. You can use it for anything, so let's get right into it. So to start off, I'm using this leather t-shirt yarn. I'm using this leather chunky yarn. I have these pipe cleaners which are going to help me to hold it in place. I am using a 6mm crochet hook, and I have this metallic frame right here and my measuring tape. Okay, I'm going to start off by showing you the measurement of the frame. So this is the frame. I've made a crochet t-shirt yarn clutch bag with the same frame, so it's the same. You can buy a bigger frame if you want a bigger bag, but even with a small frame like this, you can still make a big bag out of it. You can make it as wide and as deep as you want. It's all up to you. Okay, so I've just grabbed my chunky yarn here. You're just going to unravel it as much as you can, because it's preferable to work with this yarn when it is nice and loose, like a lot of it is unraveled, than to be pulling it from the ball itself. It's going to cause a lot of tension, especially uneven tension. So unravel as much as you can before you start your project. Okay, so you're going to start off by making a slip knot with your yarn, just like this. And then you are going to chain a long chain. All right, so this is how you chain. You simply push the yarn into the loop and pull up a loop, push the yarn into the loop, pull up a loop, push the yarn into the next loop and pull up a loop. Yeah, you just keep pushing it like this, and you're going to measure it against your frame. So for me, I did 6 chains because it was already past my frame and it was perfect like that. So that last loop that we did is going to count as our first loop for number 6 of our 6 chain. Then into each and every part of the chains that we just made, you're just going to push a loop through, like pull up a loop. Now if you want to see this exact method clearly, I have a tutorial here on the YouTube channel on how to hand knit a baby blanket. So it's literally the same thing of pushing through. The only difference is, in this case, we are going to be working in the round. So I've just done all the 6 loops till the end, and I've just flipped it over. I'm not doing any special. I've just flipped to the other side, and I'm going to be pulling up the loops on the other side as well. So you're just going to keep pulling up loops until you have all the sections with loops pulled through. Now that all our loops have been pulled through the beginning row or the initial row, we are going to start pushing loops into those other loops. So that's all we're going to do. Now don't make your project too tight. I don't make it too loose either. Just have like a comfortable hand movement for this entire thing. So just keep pushing loops and pulling, pushing loops and pulling, pushing loops and pulling. I'm just going to let you guys watch. You're going to have like a weird amoeba type of looking shape. That's absolutely fine, I promise. Okay, when you keep pulling the loops, this is how your project is going to start building. Like, all right, it's going to start looking like this, and that is fine. If you find the beginning tail of your project on the right side of the bag, know that where you're going to end your project is on the left side of your bag. So I'm just going to keep pulling through. I did a total of 7 rows, but you can't see it clearly. That's what I'm showing. If your project is on the right side, if the tail of your project is on the right side, know that you're going to finish on the left side. Right, so this is a amoeba looking shape bag. It looks really hideous, but this is where the next trick comes in. You are going to flip your bag inside out. So you are going to push what was shown on the outside right now is literally going to become the inside part of the bag. So the part of the bag that you want to be seeing is the part that shows these V-like or knit-like stitches. Okay, so you're going to flip it inside out and it's going to look like this, and it looks very nice and neat that way. Also, when you get to the last row of your bag, you should, that is if you don't want to make the holes in your bag that are going to make it look like a clutch where your fingers fit through, you should make the loops to be very small. Okay, that's like if that's your personal preference. If you saw in the video that I showed the back at the start of this tutorial, my fingers could fit in some of the holes there. If you do not want the holes, if you don't want your fingers to fit like that, if you just want it to be a total closed clutch, these particular loops that I'm making right now, make them very tiny. Don't make them as long and as tall as the way I just made these ones. Okay, that's just like a pro tip for you guys. So I'm just finishing up on the right side. I'm just going around until I get to the left side of my work, because like I said, I started my project on the right side, so I'm supposed to be ending on the left side, which is what I am demonstrating. Okay, now that we're here on that side, you're just going to, now personally I didn't want to cut this yarn. I was going to use it for a different project, which is why you see me, I'm attempting to use all of it. Normally I would have made this bag to be way smaller so it's more cuter, but the bigger the better. It's a small but mighty bag. Okay, right, so this is just me showing you what to do next, and that is you're going to take the tail of your yarn and you are going to pass it through all of those loops that you see right there. That's basically what I'm showing. So I'm just inserting all the yarn through all of those loops that you see right there. If at this point you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. Make sure you like this video if you do like it. Make sure you share this video to someone who you think might need it. This is a very lovely bag to have for spring and even the cold weather. It just gives like an edge. Okay, so I'm just looping everything through until I get back to where I started. Right, so right here we're back to where we started, and I am just going to pull the bag. Make sure that this is basically like cinching the top of the bag. Okay, and we're going to cinch it in a way that it is going to fit our frame. It's going to sit nice and snug against our frame. So I'm just cinching everything in, pulling until I feel like it is okay. Like it just takes a bit of adjusting for it to fit perfectly. Like I said, if you don't want the top of the bag to have a lot of those holes, make sure that the last row you're doing, it doesn't have a lot, like the loops aren't as big. Okay, so this is what it's looking. Look at how deep that thing is, and it's a very small thingy. So that's it for part 1 of this tutorial. In part 2 I'm going to show you how to attach the handle or that clutch part of this bag So I am going to see you in part 2. Tell me what you think of this entire tutorial. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. I will be there to reply you. And yeah, I'm going to see you in part 2. Bye.